We're asked to call in anonymously, and of course they're not supposed to go to your home. They're not supposed to let the other people in the neighborhood know who made the phone call. But we feel, by parking in front of my home like that, with the blue lights flashing, they're advertising to everyone in the neighborhood, these are the people that call.
Right.
And he stayed there for a long time, until we walked out and spoke to him, and then he finally left.
Did you make contact with this officer?
Yes, I did.
And do you recall who that officer was?
Yes, it was Lieutenant Rex Blackburn.
And did you talk to Lieutenant Blackburn about why he was out in front of your home, or did you question why, when you requested anonymity, he would come to your house?
No, I didn't ask him anything. He drove off. Okay, so then I called and asked I called dispatch and asked, is it the policy that they come to your home with the flashing blue lights? And of course she says, oh, of course, yes, that's the policy. You see, so I let it go. They're back in full force now and threatening, to the point where our neighbors were laying down on the ground.
So they were in fear of a drive-by shooting?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. So it's very serious, and I think that the Sheriff's Department is taking it very lightly.
How about the prostitution? Has the prostitution returned?
Oh yes, they're there late at night. Mainly they came to Garnett Street to get their drugs, purchase their drugs, and that's still why they come in that area, is to purchase their drugs.
And so with the return of the drug dealers, Jerry, what do you feel in your neighborhood? What's there?
Well, it's back to where it was before, because we do get threats when we walk down the streets, you know, I hate whites or whatever, you know, and we'll do a drive-by on you, we'll get you sooner or later, and like tonight's drive-through with a carload of gang members.
So these so the threats of violence are very direct.
Oh yes, very direct, very direct. The violence and the drug dealing is almost back to where it was before. We're afraid to call the Sheriff's Department because they're going to stand there with their blue lights on and let everybody know this is the ones that call. So we just don't call anymore. We don't call when the hookers go by anymore. We just simply don't call. In other words, we're back to where we were before. If they didn't see it or hear it, it didn't happen. Guys were going house to house selling drugs. I don't know if it's a policy or whatever of containment. Let's just keep all the drug dealers, all the poor people, all the low income, let's keep them all in one area. That way we know where they are. For whatever reasons, I don't know. That night that Blackburn came out, okay, that night about 11:30, we'd already gone to bed. We heard a gunshot, okay? Now we got, and we know it was on this street, and we know it was out in front of our house. Well, the thing that really bothers me is to wonder what's going through the hearts and minds of these women and children that live here, and they see this coming down the street, a carload of drug dealers or maniacs or whatever they are, you know, behaving like this. It's very frightening.